And welcome to the Squared Circle. Woo! On 90.3 WHPZ. I'm Anthony Tartamella. Alongside me, Justin Greenberg.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you got a nickname?
No.
Yeah, we should come up with some.
We've been trying.
The Tart Man?
The Tart Man. See, my gamer tag for like Xbox was always Tart Master.
Okay.
But that's like not a good name.
How about the Pop Tart?
The Pop Tart. You want to know something funny? Is actually one of my close family friends, like close enough that I refer to them as like my uncle and aunt.
Yeah.
Like, that's how close they are. Their last name is Popovich.
Like
Greg Popovich,
yeah.
the basketball coach, but without the H at the end.
Okay.
So Pop Tart.
There you go.
So if we had a band, because I was like, their kids were like the same age as me.
Yeah.
So I'm very close with the kids. So I was like, we started a band. We can be the Pop Tarts.
And then you get sued by Kellogg's.
Yeah. I mean, be worth it if we got rich from it.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of Pop Tarts, I haven't had them in so long, but I'm starving to eat right now.
You know what the best Pop Tart flavor is?
I'm a big strawberry guy. Just your basic strawberry.
You can like strawberry. That's fine. But there's only one that is the best. Undisputed.
Please don't say s'mores.
Not s'mores.
What is it?
Wild berry. The purple with the blue swirls.
Ooh, I haven't had that in so long.
If you disagree, not only...
You just made the list.
Yeah, not only did you make the list, but you are factually incorrect because the only correct answer is wild berry.
I remember loving the design because I remember seeing the commercials like, whoa, this looks so cool.
It's so 90s.
Yeah.
And they still make it, but the purple with the blue is like the most 90s like thing ever, especially that flavor. It just reminds me of the 90s. And when I get them, it just makes me so happy I could cry.
It takes you back to the past, man.
That's it.
But we're looking forward on today's episode of Squared Circle. We're going to look at Backlash coming up on Sunday. NXT Takeover is actually happening on Saturday as well.
Chicago, yep.
I'm going to convince my buddies to watch it with me because they're not really big wrestling fans. But I was like, yo, we're watching this on Saturday. And they're like, all right, whatever.
You're going to get a nice women's match on Saturday, I think. That triple threat will be good.
And we got a nice ladder match between DIY and the Powers of Pain or whatever they're called.
Authors of Pain.
So that should be good. And then, of course, Bobby Roode versus Kenta. But what's his name? He doesn't go by Kenta anymore.
Hideo Itami.
Yes. So that's going to be a great main event. I think this is going to be an awesome card. And I don't know if Backlash is going to be able to live up to it. But looking at the Backlash card, it looks awesome as well.
Yeah, I think this could. I really do because we don't know the order yet. We really never know the order of matches. We can go by what it probably should be, but what it is and what it should be are
hopefully it doesn't end with Orton and Mahal.
I think it will.
I don't know.
But Mahal's he's shown to be a pretty good worker in the past few weeks.
The crowd's going to be dead for that.
Yeah, I think so.
You got to go with Nakamura Ziggler. I know Ziggler, he's not, a main eventer anymore. But Nakamura, they've been building this pay-per-view as his debut. The crowd's going to be so electric for that that nothing after that's going to be able to follow it.
Yeah, I mean, they could go with that as the opener as well.
I wouldn't mind opening it with Owens and Styles.
Yeah. I mean, we'll run down the card real quick. So we obviously talking about Shinsuke Nakamura. He's going to make his main card debut against Dolph Ziggler in a regular no stipulation match. This should be a great match. I don't think there's any way that Nakamura doesn't win it because obviously they want to build him as a top competitor.
Yeah,
for the heavyweight title.
I don't see Ziggler winning. What could happen? Maybe a disqualification to make the feud continue. But I'm guessing if WWE's smart, you have Nakamura win cleanly in his debut match.
Yep, and then you just let it roll from there because he is charismatic enough. He will get over on his own right, and they can pretty much throw him into a title match soon.
I hope this doesn't even send Ziggler down. I hope this elevates him to I took on this main guy and I gave him my all, and I would love to see Ziggler back in the title picture, more so than Orton and Mahal. I think Dolph Ziggler deserves to be there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and depending on what happens in the other title matches, he could be thrown right in it, so we'll see.
Yeah. So both of us have Nakamura winning,
yeah,
right?
both of us have Nakamura. Then we have Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch versus the Welcoming Committee, which is Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina Snuka, who hasn't done anything in ring. And I just want to think of this as from a creative perspective. So the Welcoming Committee is the people who don't like the fact that there's new people on SmackDown. But Tamina Snuka is new to SmackDown.
Listen, Anthony.
So it really doesn't make any sense. This storyline makes zero sense.
It doesn't, but the Welcoming Committee, I mean, we've had groups like, the Four Horsemen, the NWO, DX. The Welcoming Committee, to me, is above all of those combined. Because
Wow.
they're just, it's talent after talent, and, they're cutting amazing promos. It's just like, I want to be a part of the welcoming committee.
And then you got Ellsworth thrown in there.
Yeah, I mean,
For comedic
this is just amazing. This is, some of the best television of all time. I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
I do think I do think that it is a pretty good, like, in terms of like cutting promos and stuff like that. But I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me that you have Naomi and Becky Lynch, where this could have been a perfect opportunity for Becky to heel turn. People have been wanting to see it. She's been getting a little stale as a face. She could have heel turned, and you could have had Tamina. I mean, I don't know that she really works as a face, Tamina, but if you want to have her go against Charlotte and Naomi or something like that, that works.
I suspect a heel turn from either Charlotte or Becky Lynch at this pay-per-view, turning on their team.
But they have to. With Charlotte, they're just turning her face now. They got to run with this. They can't, abandon it so quickly.
She's such a better heel, though. I haven't really seen much of her face work.
It's still kind of heely, where she came out as a face and she was like, "I'm the best there is. I need no introduction." And it's like, I mean, that's still kind of a heel thing to say. But
yeah, so what if Becky turns on these guys, and then what does she join the welcoming committee? I don't want the welcoming committee to be a thing. Essentially, I like these women separately. If you just have Natty go up against Becky or Charlotte,
well,
or
then
whatever.
what does this do for the future of Naomi as the champion? I mean, if she's just going to get thrown into these six-woman tags,
a paper champion. She's just like she's
two-time.
She's not the future. Clearly, this division is built on Charlotte and Becky, I believe.
Yeah.
Naomi's just holding it for one of those two, preferably Charlotte.
But, Natalya is a great worker too.
She's great.
Carmella's ready to. I think she's ready to start.
I
bursting
haven't
through.
seen really much of her in-ring action. It wasn't
not
that great,
but she's very, very charismatic. She plays the character well.
And what about Bella? Where's she at? Your
Nikki,
favorite?
hopefully gone forever. Hopefully gone forever.
I'm calling this right now. Her and John Cena are not getting married. And if
they'll get married.
If they do, they'll get divorced. I hate to be such a Debbie Downer, but I just don't see it working out.
I don't know. John
That's
Cena's
right.
a
I'm
weird
saying
dude.
it. Yeah, he's got all these rules, man.
House rule number 42. No feet on the table. All right, next match we have Kevin Owens, the U.S. champion, going up against AJ Styles. I think this is really one that could go either way. I don't think they're going to take it off Owens just yet, seeing as, they took it off him for 2 days just to put it back on him. But this is going to be probably, in my opinion, the best match of the night.
This could be match of the year if given the allotted time.
Yep.
I think
considering there's only 6 matches right now, I mean,
which is great. The longer the match, the better. Especially a guy like Owens. Once he gets the ball rolling, give him 10 minutes, it starts getting better and better. He's like a Greg the Hammer Valentine. He looks like he's out of shape, but the longer the matches go with him, it's even better. And Styles, he's the best in the business right now. These two, like you said, I see Owens maintaining maybe through a disqualification.
Yeah.
And keep this rivalry going because this has money written all over it. Two, indie darlings going on it on the big stage. Personally, I wish this was for the World Championship and not the U.S. Championship, but whatever.
We didn't even pick a winner, by the way, for the women's match.
Yeah, I expect.
I guess the welcoming committee.
Yeah,
I
think welcoming committee wins and Becky or Charlotte turn heel.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then for this one, I have Owens retaining, but through disqualification. So Styles winning the match.
Okay.
Who do you have winning?
I think Owens will win it. I don't know if it'll be a clean win, but I think he'll pin him, like a normal pin.
Okay.
But they're going to continue the feud somehow. Maybe he cheats some
Styles
way.
should not lose clean.
No.
He's super over, and, he just did the match with McMahon, and I believe they're pushing him to be the big star of SmackDown.
Yeah, and I think they will. I mean, they just don't.
They have to,
they don't have space for him right now in that Randy Orton
He
feud.
needs to be at WrestleMania having, a great match.
Yep.
He's yet to have that great WrestleMania match. He's had 2 matches that are all right. 2 really good WrestleMania matches, but he needs to be in the World Heavyweight Championship, preferably the main event.
Next one, we have the Usos as the tag team champions. They're defending against Breezango. This is my upset pick of the night. I like Breezango to win this, actually.
I don't.
I think. Did you watch the Fashion Files in England when they were in London?
I didn't.
It was quite possibly one of the best segments I've seen on WWE TV.
What was it, like a backstage thing?
Yeah,
or no?
so they were dressed up. So Fandango was dressed up as Sherlock Holmes, and Breeze was dressed up like a police officer with the big hat.
Yeah, the Bobby.
And he goes, Breeze goes, what did he say? Cheerio. And Fandango goes, no thanks, I already had breakfast. So they're like doing backstage like an investigation, and there's paint all over the floor, and they're like, but the Usos haven't worn paint for a month, and they're doing like this whole thing.
Yeah.
And the Ascension's in the back room just screaming. And it's great. It's a great segment. You got to watch it.
Sounds awful.
It was hilarious. It was something that you would hate because it's just so like campy and dumb and has no seriousness to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
But something that I like because that's what I love about wrestling is that it can be so silly.
No, I like the silliness. I'm not opposed to it. Like I love mid '90s WWF with like Mantar, just Doink the Clown, all this ridiculousness stuff. But it doesn't fit in, if you have something so serious like Owens and Styles, and then you go to, the goofiness of Breezango, especially for the World Championship, the Tag Team Championships. I don't see them as championship material. I expect the Usos to win this one.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the prevailing thought, but I don't know.
That's your upset special?
That's my upset special. I think they win this.
My upset special is the championship match.
I don't think Jinder wins this.
I got Jinder Mahal beating Randy Orton because Mahal's got all these backups. He's got, like 3 guys helping him out.
He may, if he wins, it will be in a disqualification. There will be, he can't win by disqualification, but you know what I mean? Like, he won't win clean, and somehow he won't get the title.
Okay.
Like, that's the only way I see it working out for him, because the next pay-per-view is going to be Money in the Bank. That's when Rusev's going to be back.
Yeah.
You're going to have Rusev versus Jinder Mahal.
I mean,
for the
Rusev
title.
just tweeted that he's not coming back.
No, it's been vignettes. This is like a whole
has it?
angle. Yeah, no, they're running this as an actual angle.
I mean, they could work their way around that. And maybe Rusev comes back as a face. Who knows? He's like, how dare you disrespect America? Like, it would be hilarious if he comes back like the character he did in Southpaw Regional Wrestling. That'd be amazing.
It comes out as Big Bartholomew.
That was the funniest character on that skit.
I don't think Jinder's going to win the title here. I would literally have my jaw on the floor if they let Randy Orton get put over Jinder Mahal.
Okay, so
I don't see it.
Where do they go with Jinder Mahal after this? Do we have a rematch, Orton versus Mahal?
Yeah,
no,
maybe
right?
maybe on a SmackDown.
Well, how did Mahal get the number 1 contendership? Did he win like
it was like a 6-pack challenge, and then Sami Zayn was like getting ready, and I was losing my mind because I was like, Sami Zayn.
Oh, Sami Zayn's not even on the card. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, poor Sami.
Maybe there's only 6 matches.
Yeah.
There could be.
They might
another
add something
match.
Tuesday, and they might add pre-show stuff.
I expect one more match maybe to be added.
Who's Sami even been feuding with?
No idea.
Baron Corbin, maybe.
I honestly I haven't watched SmackDown in a while.
Yeah.
But looking at this card,
Corbin's not on the card either.
Yeah, you said he was. He just got married.
I think it would be Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. That would be the other.
If he comes back,
yeah.
we don't know. But looking at this, Nakamura Ziggler is going to be off the charts. Owens versus Styles will be off the charts. Orton versus Mahal, it's just something new, so it's intriguing. I think the crowd will be into it. It's in Chicago, which is a great wrestling town. Breezango, Uso, I mean, that's a bathroom break for me. And the female match, it's just going to be intriguing at the end to see, if they do the heel turn.
I think what's interesting about this pay-per-view is that there's so many unknowns that go into it. Like, we're pretty certain that Nakamura is going to win.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you could make the case for anybody here to win.
Agreed.
And there's not much
except
like
the Usos. I see the Usos.
I don't
guaranteed
know.
win.
I really don't think it's that certain. I really don't.
All right, we'll see though.
Think about how SmackDown has gone. I mean, you have had a lot of unpredictability.
See,
happen.
that's because the Usos did drop the belt to Rhino and Heath Slater, who are kind of the comedic tag team. I don't see them doing it again.
Well, they didn't drop the title. It was for the initial, like they were going for the initial title. Remember? So they put over Rhino and Slater, but. I mean, the Usos, I didn't think that American Alpha was going to drop the titles to the Usos on regular SmackDown a week before WrestleMania.
Where the heck is American Alpha?
I think Jason Jordan
got married, right?
Got married, yeah. So I think
these guys are so talented in the ring. It's
they're
unreal.
So good. I did not. But did you think that they were going to, drop the titles a week before WrestleMania on regular TV?
I would rather have seen that, at Mania. They didn't even get a Mania match. I think they're in the Battle Royal. They are so talented as far as, in-ring ability. They're up there with, like guys like Kurt Angle in his early years. Mm-hmm. They're super talented. They just need to be given the opportunity. Give them a 20, 25-minute tag team match. Put them against, guys like DIY or the Revival. But they happen to be on Raw, unfortunately. So
makes for a great Survivor Series this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good Survivor Series this year with the brand split. It's gonna be off the charts. So hopefully we get some good interpromotional matches. But let's move to Raw tonight. It's in New Jersey.